Guys, good morning. It's Monday, so it's time for the Monday motivation video. We have another great week ahead of us. What are you going to do this week? Are you going to spend more time with your children, with your spouse? Are you going to move your goals a little bit more forward? Are you going to continue to work on your great habits? Continue with your self-care? Whatever you need to do this week, I pray that it is a great week for you. I love Mondays because it is the start of something new, and Mondays for me are always full of a lot of things to do and a lot of excitement. But I wanted to share something with you from this weekend. I was at the grocery store, which is its own unique experience nowadays, right? And there at the checkout stand was this magazine. I didn't even know they printed Time anymore. I guess they do a special edition, but look at that, The Age of Anxiety. I mean, it just popped out at me and actually made me feel anxious just looking at it. But I decided I had to get it to see what they are saying. And you know what? It's a timely message, isn't it? We're dealing with a lot of anxiety out there, a lot of fear, a lot of worry, a lot of anxiety. And the truth is, we were dealing with it before the pandemic. We were dealing with that before the shutdown. Many of us have been in a shutdown now for a month, 5 weeks, some of you longer, depending on where you are in the world. But if you think about your life before the shutdown, before the pandemic, it was busy. It was probably somewhat anxious. It was probably somewhat worrisome at times. We were all on a hamster wheel that just stopped, right? So it's not that we didn't have anxiety out there before. It's not that people weren't fearful, anxious, busy, worrying. It's just that now with everything stopped, we're sitting in our homes and there are a whole nother slate of things to worry about. And people are anxious about their health. They're anxious about the actual, the future of their business, of their career, the actual economy, their finances, afraid of contracting the virus, whatever it is. There's a lot of anxiety out there right now, a lot of it. So we have to learn how to deal with that. And this is actually Bright Magazine. They have a whole bunch of ideas and tools and tips, and that's all good. But it occurred to me that sometimes the most simple advice is the best. And so I reach back to my maternal grandmother, who lived to be 104. Well, actually, she lived to be 103 and a half, but we rounded her up because I think she deserved that. So she lived to be 104 years old, which is incredible. And the woman lived quite a life. And it's not that she lived an easy life at all times. I mean, she'd been through a lot. She went through the Depression, the Great Depression, and that really impacted her. She went through a lot of health issues. She was given a year to live when I was a year old. And that was a long time ago. And she survived everyone. She outlived everyone. And one thing that she told me ever since I was a little girl, and it became a more constant message as I got older and into adulthood and until the day she died: don't worry, don't worry. She would say to me, most of the things that I worried about never came to pass. They were never anything I really had to deal with. Don't worry. She would tell me, deal with what you need to deal with, look at your situation, problem solve, make decisions, make good decisions, go with what, is happening in your spirit, pay attention to the things you need to pay attention to, but stop worrying. Don't worry. And she would say to me, the things I worried about never happened, and I wasted so much time worrying. I'll never forget that message from her. I think it's incredible, simple advice. And she was always able, through her struggles and her challenges, which were many, she was always able to see the other side and say, this too shall pass. And she had great faith in God, and she relied on that. And it's not that she knew that from day one as a younger woman, but she learned that in her life. And I believe that's why she lived to be almost 104 years old. So I say to you today, with all the tips and techniques and tools we have to deal with anxiety, to deal with fear, to deal with worry, one simple thing is, most of these things you're worrying about will never even come into your life for you to have to deal with. Yes, we have pressures. Yes, we have problems. Yes, we have things we have to overcome. Use your wisdom, ask for help, pray, meditate, do something every day to solve that issue in your life. But there are so many things that you cannot control. There are so many things that are beyond your ability to influence. And why do this when you have really no ability to make change to it. Why sit and be anxious and worried? It works out. It will all work out. Simple message for you today, but grandma usually knows best, and I think that she did. I hope you guys have a great week. Exciting, we are having a live on Wednesday in this group, in the Facebook group, with Dr. Jackie Black. She is a marriage educator and coach, and I did a podcast with her last week. If you listen to that, I know that you know that she gives incredible advice. So she agreed to come on live with us Wednesday at 1 p.m. Eastern in the group. Bring your questions. She will answer them live. She will do what we call hot seat coaching right there, give you great advice. If you want to send me questions beforehand, feel free to do that. But please join in at 1 o'clock Eastern on Wednesday. And if you have other people that you want to have join, all they have to do is just be invited to the group. I'll bring them in and they can be part of the live. Okay, so don't miss that. And tomorrow, I am honored to release a podcast interview with Diane Grossman. Diane is a fellow New Jersey mom who tragically lost her beautiful daughter, Mallory, at 12 years old. It'll be almost 3 years now, to suicide as a result of bullying. Diane has an incredible message. They've just come out with a movie, and she really is changing the world one person at a time with her purpose, which is to stop bullying, to help us learn how to be resilient, to help us teach our children how to be resilient. Her message is incredible and uplifting. So that comes out tomorrow. So we have a lot going on this week. So join in, don't miss anything. And guys, stop worrying. You can't control what you can't control. It's all going to work out. Have a great day.